It's a glorious day in New York City, and today we're going to be learning about steak and grilling right here at Ben & Jack's Steakhouse on 5th Avenue. With us now are Jack and Harry, and they are the owners of this wonderful establishment. How are you guys today? Good?
Good.
So tell us about how you came up with the idea of striking out on your own and having your own steakhouse, Jack.
Well, working so many years for somebody else in Steakhouse, I've really known. Our last known working for it is Peter Luger, and one day, we decided to open our own steakhouse, which we did in 2005. With a lot of hard work and effort for the steakhouse, actually we succeeded. So, thanks God we're doing good.
And sometimes, my grandfather was a chef, and a lot of times people in the restaurant business, they don't realize that it's 24/7. When you own your own place, do you even dream about this place, Harry? Do you dream about it?
Absolutely. It was a dream working for ourselves, and being a family that we are, with the experience that we had. One day we said, okay, instead of like running for someone else, we'll do the work for ourselves and us. And, we were always hands-on. It is a hard work. It's a long hours. It's 24/7.
And what was opening night like? Like, who was here opening night? What was that moment like when you opened up the door?
The two of us were from day one. Everybody else was around us, but me and Jack were the one who really, from AM till AM again, that pushed it and tried our best. And yes, we did succeed. It was a hard work. It took a lot, but I would say maybe 2-3 months later, we were able to, jam the place, and only with the hard work, good quality, and good service. Yeah.
And so what was opening night like for you? Was it crazy? Did you stay up and wash all the dishes at 2 in the morning?
Well, not really watching dishes. We had the people who were doing it for us, but I was actually not only myself, but everybody was excited, and we was making the customers, like even today, from first day we opened, make them so like kings. Give them good quality in the service, making sure that everything's right and everybody walks out happy. So it really happened, and the second night it was the same thing. Even today, whatever we do is the same thing like a first night.
Yeah, it seems to be so. Like every time you open that door, isn't it like all over again? Like it's showtime. It's kind of like show business.
Absolutely, it is. Every day is different, but as long as you do keep up with the good service and high quality of the food, and it's that's what we do. It's just keep going and like Jack said, make sure that everybody's taking care of whoever walks in the place. Yeah.
Make sure they have a good meal so they want to come back. What's your favorite thing to eat on the menu? What do you like to dine on here? What's your favorite?
Everything is fair, because that's the way we put it there, because you like that food. They look at me, I'm like potato and steak guy, so if we don't like it, we don't put it in the menu. So it's, but really, it's a ribeye, porterhouse, I like filet, and for not steak eaters, we got good fishes, sea bass, or sesame seed tuna, and then also a lot of customers, I was like, Jack, they come like 3-4 times, and a night, believe it or not. Wow. So there was like, can we eat anything else? Can you make something else, whatever it is? And I was like, you know what? How about if I make you something very special? He goes, what do you mean? What is it? I made him chicken parmesan.
You did? Something off the menu, but you had the ingredients?
I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it looks so great. I hope you make it good. And when the customer finished, it was like, this is the best chicken parmesan we ever have. So that's why also we put a menu of chicken parmesan, because a lot of people, customers, maybe they're not in the mood for the steak or something, so we give a lot of choices for the families or friends or whatever it is.
Excellent. I had the filet medallions with the mushrooms today, but even the mushrooms were good quality. I suppose you don't want to ruin a good steak with low quality mushrooms. I guess everything has to be high quality.
Oh, absolutely. The sauce is made daily. When the chef arrives, that sauce is absolutely made from the scratch. With the ingredients and fresh mushrooms, it has to taste right.
Excellent.
Yeah.
The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the kitchen and we're going to learn a bit about steak. So, and how about you? What is your favorite thing on the menu, Harry?
Oh, my favorite thing is now, especially in my age, sesame pan-seared tuna.
Ah,
Yeah,
good.
that's excellent.
okay.
Excellent.
So next time I dine with you, I guess I'll
Of
order
course,
that.
so, you know, you got to have a porterhouse. You know,
Yes.
That's his favorite, but all the time when I see him, like 2-3 times with the steak in his dish, he was like, oh, only today.
Oh, I think he's right. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, every time he sees me eating, it's a porterhouse. So.
Well, there you
And
go.
of course, don't forget a good red wine with the steak. Yeah,
Yes.
of
And
course.
followed up by a piece of cheesecake, right?
Yeah.
Or the
Oh,
chocolate mousse.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
It's all good here. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going into the kitchen. Stay tuned. With us now is Chef Amir, and we're here in the kitchen. How are you today, Chef?
Doing
Good?
great today, actually. Having fun here in the kitchen, like as always.
Yes. Now, today we're going to be learning about a couple of things. One, your new sauce.
Yes.
But first, you're going to be teaching us about 3 tips at home so that people could grill their steaks. Is that correct?
Correct. Well, the thing is, at home when you're grilling, you don't want to burn it before it cooks through the center. So set up the grill for one side to be high heat, the other side low heat. You get a quick sear on the high heat, then move it towards the lower heat. So this way you cook it through to your desired temperature. So another thing is when you're grilling, when you're deciding to which cuts you're going to use, you want something that's meant for the grill. Not every single cut is meant for the grill.
Okay.
So for instance, a shank or a round it's going to be a little tougher when you place it on the grill compared to your ribeye or porterhouse New York strip, which we have over here. Those are higher in fat. They're tender. Now over here, what we do is we dry age them, so we bring it to a whole different level, which you can do at home if you like as well.
Okay, so let's take a look at that. Stay tuned. Chef Amir, please tell me, what are these cuts of steak?
So we have our New York strip over here. We have our ribeye and we have our porterhouse. So this is not your T-bone. A T-bone and a porterhouse difference is the size of the tenderloin area over here. So to be classified as a porterhouse, it has to be slightly bigger porterhouse.
You want to have a marble,
Yes.
almost like Italian marble, when you actually see some of the white strains,
Exactly,
right?
and that what you can see in the meat itself here. So it starts to get that marbling, nice fat content in there. That's what's going to provide the flavor, the consistency, and at the same time, while it's dry aging, it's going to tenderize it because the enzymes are breaking it down.
And so you have a seasoning shaker
You
here.
don't want to just need salt. That's all you need when you're doing these steaks. You don't want to overwhelm it because you do want to try the dry aging.
Here, wait, teach me how to shake. So
Sure,
it's like
go for it.
It's kind of like a sha.
Yeah, don't be afraid. That's good.
Do you make that sound when you shake it, sha, or no?
I try to sometimes. You do a little shake and there you go. So
Great.
we're gonna get these in our broiler. So we have here the cuts in there. And we're gonna cook that until you get that Maillard reaction on top of the meat. So it's gonna be the carbohydrates and the proteins are gonna start to caramelize. And that's when you take it off, let it rest, and then we slice it to make our signature porterhouse steak.
Go ahead, we're going to plate it up, right?
So the thing is, you know, the rules with steaks, you want to let it rest prior to cutting into it. You don't want all those juices to rush out.
Okay.
But the way we do our porterhouse for 2 right now, it's like creating a puzzle. So you take the sirloin side away from the bone and the fillet side away from the bone.
And as it's resting, and then you cut it, right? When you plate it up, do you actually leave the bone there?
Yes.
To show that it once
Yes, of
was a
course.
porterhouse,
Of course.
but you've done all like the hard work so people could just enjoy it and eat it, right?
Exactly. No, we do leave the bone in there as well too. When you put it back into the broiler for desired temperature, you'll get some of that fat that comes off onto the plate too, which it creates that au jus for it.
Okay.
So it actually gives the flavor. Or even the porterhouse or T-bone, and we add additional pieces to the cut. So that's how we end up with the porterhouse.
Okay, so what he's doing now is he's assembling the porterhouse for 2, and then he's going to take that whole plate and put that into the oven, the broiler.
Right back into the broiler.
Right back into the broiler.
So pretty much goes back into the broiler,
It goes back into the broiler,
and then it is cooked to your desired temperature.
and then you cook it to your desired temperature.
The trick is though, if for instance if somebody wants a medium rare steak, every single piece must be medium rare. So the way we achieve that is constant rotation of the cuts. And at the same time you want to get that nice char on top as well too. You don't want to overdo it as well.
So while we're waiting for the steaks to grill, Chef just told me you have a brand new steak sauce. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so this is not just a steak sauce. This is our original steak sauce. But the thing is, with this product, it can be utilized in so many different ways, not just on steak. So you can use it as a marinade. You can use it to tenderize since it has a citrus citrus consistency in there. So it's great for barbecue wings. It's good for making regular Super Bowl wings for the parties. I mean, it's endless what you can do.
Okay, so hold my mic for a second.
Sure.
I'm gonna sample this. Okay, so it's actually called not just steak sauce. Okay, my fingers are clean. Oh, that is good. I do like it. It's really good. And it smells good. Oh, I got some on my lip. It's really, really good.
Yeah, you can even drink it too. I mean,
you can drink it. I don't know if I'm going to drink a whole bottle of this, but it's really nice.
Great. You can use it in cocktails as well. So
okay.
It's endless what you can do with this
And I
product.
could actually put this on also to like barbecue with, like baste it
of course.
and bake it on.
Of course you can, because
Okay.
you get that molasses in there that actually helps caramelize the meats when you're cooking. Great for barbecuing, low and slow, and just baste it with the steak sauce.
Great. Okay, I recommend this highly. Live it up. That's it. Not just steak sauce. With us now is Mark, and he's with Master Purveyors. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, you're the main supplier, the only supplier here at Ben & Jack's, correct?
That's correct. Actually, my father started the company 57 years ago, so he's really the main meat supplier. He still works, he's 87, and he works 18 hours a day.
That's fantastic. And what made you decide to go in to still stay with the family business? Did you just grow up with it and you happen to like it?
Well, I grew up in it. My father made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
I get that about family businesses sometimes. So there you are. So here you are today at one of your clients. And can you tell me what makes a good quality steak?
Well, it's breeding and feeding. So you have to start out with the right product, which is, let's say, Angus steers, which are the best steers in the United States. And then you have to feed them properly. And when you have the right combination of breed and feed, then they marble out, and the United States Department of Agriculture determines whether they're going to be prime or choice or select. Prime being the best, choice and select being the lowest. And Masters, our company, we basically focus on getting just the best. We look at the meat, my father, my brother, myself, we look at the meat when it comes into the plant. We inspect it. Meat in our place still swings on the rail, like the old school. Some plants now, they don't do it the old-fashioned way. They don't even see what the meat looks like. It comes in a box. Ours still comes swinging on a rail.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was my father's secret. He came from Europe, didn't speak English too well when he came to the United States, and that's actually the secret to his success. He couldn't speak English at all, so he made the meat speak for itself. And people saw the quality of the meat, and that's how he got his customer base.
That's excellent.
He didn't have to say anything.
Yeah, it's all in the quality and the taste. So I had the filet mignon today, which was delicious, and had a really good experience here for lunch. And now I see that they have the porterhouse for two, right? So I didn't know that there's a difference between a T-bone steak and a porterhouse steak. What's the difference between the two cuts?
Well, they're almost similar in nature. They come from the same section of the steer, but the porterhouse has a bigger wide-eye filet mignon. And as it goes down towards the front end of the steer, towards the rib section, that filet mignon gets smaller and smaller. And as it gets smaller, it becomes the T-bone.
Okay.
And then when the filet mignon disappears, they call that the sirloin.
Now I get it. See, I learn something new all the time when I do Live It Up. That was really, really cool. And you, what is your favorite cut of meat? What do you like to dine on when you go out?
I like a rib steak
Okay.
because I get the nice bone. There's a lot of fat that runs through it. And the more fat, the more flavor. So I love a rib steak.
And I was talking to Chef Amir about the fact that they have this new sauce that's called Not Just Steak Sauce, which looked really yummy. And he was also giving us some tips on home grilling. So I know that you do a mail order. Can you tell us, like, if you wanted to come out and have somebody make the steak, obviously go to Ben & Jack's. But if you wanted to try something at home, how could they reach out to you and try that?
Well, we just designed a website called masterpurveyors.com. We've been selling the best steakhouses throughout the years, and we just decided that people have a rough time going to a supermarket to pick out a good quality steak. And then you spend so much money for a steak, and it doesn't eat really great, and you feel bad about the expenditure, right? It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
And it's disappointing to come home and you make a bad steak. So we figured let's offer steakhouse quality steaks to the consumer through our website.
Excellent. And that is at masterpurveyors.com?
Right.
That's easy. And so are you gonna dine with me? We've got some beautiful cream spinach here and some nice porterhouse steak.
I can't wait.
All right.
But ladies first.
Oh, thank you. All right. Stay tuned for more on Live It Up.